This motorcycle needs no introduction. It is as common as nitrogen in the air. It is among the largest selling motorcycles in the world. It is the Hero Splendor.
Oh, Hero. I mean, Arun. Yes, this is the Hero Splendor, the largest in the air and as abundant as nitrogen, as you said.
Yeah.
But you know, for survival, you need oxygen. That is a petrol-powered motorcycle, means higher emissions and higher fuel bills. And to give freedom from that, Bajaj has provided us this, the Freedom 125, the world's first CNG-powered motorcycle. Lesser fuel bills, so freedom from high fuel bills, freedom from high emissions, and freedom from lung congestion.
But then again, the Splendor, it is the template of a commuter motorcycle. For 30 years, so many manufacturers came and went, but the Splendor is still the king.
For now.
Okay, so in this comparison, let's find out which among these two is the ultimate commuter. Here's something new that we are starting at AquaDrive. A quick, bite-sized review. And since we are talking about commuters, the first logical bit to talk about is Kitna Deti Hai. And in the Splendor's case, it is, I think this is around 75 to 80 kmpl, depending on the way you ride.
So cute, so cute.
Why?
100 plus kilometers per kg.
Comfort plays a key role in a commuter purchase. And in that regard, the template of the industry, the riding posture of the Splendor, upright, center set foot pegs, no fuss over there. And even the seat height is very accessible.
The seat, because of the shape of the CNG tank, it's become wider.
Wider.
But when you're sitting on the bike, it just gives you a sense of this because of the packaging constraints that they had. But this gives you the sense that you're riding a big motorcycle.
Exactly. Commuter buyers buy a motorcycle for a big bike feel like it's the CB1000 or something. But moving on to the ride quality, again, I think the Splendor still has the edge. Okay, not the most plush ride quality out there, but then again, the Freedom, the rear feels a bit stiff. Yeah.
Look at this. Does it look like a commuter motorcycle?
That is
not at all. And Bajaj, to their credit, has made commuters appealing and, shall I say, really wow.
But in terms of pricing difference among these two, top spec to top spec is around 33 to 35,000 rupees, which is a lot of money. Yeah, but the first 22,000 kilometers, this thing is running free.
Yeah,
this is the free down.
आजादी को टाइम लगता है. आजादी आने को टाइम लगता है.
So Jan, let's start this comparison with the most important number for a commuter buyer. Kitna Deti Hai.
Oh, are we comparing numbers now?
Yeah.
Let's start. Is it a 2-digit number or a 3-digit number for your fuel efficiency?
It's a pretty high 2-digit number. I think this is around 75 to 80 kmpl, depending on the way you ride.
So cute, so cute.
Why?
100 plus kilometers per kg.
Damn!
Bajaj claims 102. We got 104. So, and that is when you're riding it very conservatively, very nicely,
and with
easily.
his weight also, 105 is very impressive.
Yeah. So this bike clearly better fuel efficiency.
Okay, but it also has an ICE engine. What's the ICE fuel efficiency for this motorcycle?
This CNG bike, no, why is that?
Hey na ICE. Tell me how much.
Home.
Huh?
Limp home, that's only
whatever. How much is the ICE fuel efficiency?
50.
50. That's very less here. That's almost what a 125cc motorcycle or a 150cc motorcycle also gives.
It is 125.
Huh, but as a commuter, 50? 80?
Okay. What is running cost? The
running cost is ₹1.50 per kilometer. Great value.
Great value. 85 paisa per kilometer.
Okay.
Almost half. Okay.
In CNG mode. Okay.
Right? And even when you factor in both together, it's ₹1 per kilometer.
But Jehan, you're missing out on one important aspect, which is the fuel tank capacity. The Splendor has a 10-liter fuel tank, which means a range of 750 to 800 kilometers. What about that? 110, 220, 50, 320, 330. Less than half of this.
But when you go to a petrol pump, when a commuter buyer goes to a petrol pump, he doesn't full tank the bike. He hands a 100 rupee note or does a QR code transaction of 100 rupees. Okay?
80 kmpl.
When I go to a petrol pump, a CNG pump, over here I hand 100 rupees and it's a full tank.
How?
What?
Well, 150 rupees. 150 rupees.
हाँ 150 रुपये देखा because Pune it's higher CNG rate.
Okay, half the running cost of this motorcycle. But you mentioned one important aspect, which is the petrol pump. Petrol is easily available in this country. CNG, not much.
It's growing. आज़ादी आने को time लगता है. So
But
freedom
this
is growing.
is the present, that is the future. I'm living in the present. So in that sense, the Splendor still makes sense in terms of availability of fuel, running cost. Yes, the running cost is a bit higher, but still, as a commuter buyer, I think 75, 80 kmpl, 10 liters of fuel tank.
See, but this is the best. Kitna deti hai? This, no, this is the best.
Yeah, half the running cost, but double the range.
Okay, kitna deti hai is an important question, but a commuter buyer also wants comfort, also wants ease of usage. And in that department, I see why the Splendor scores so high, right?
Exactly, the template of the industry, the riding posture of the Splendor, upright, center set foot pegs, no fuss over there. And even the seat height is very accessible. The Freedom, again, the riding posture is still fine, but because of the width of the seat, when you sit on the motorcycle, it feels a bit taller.
See, they can't do much about it. No, you have to fit a CNG tank somewhere between the front and the rear wheel. So the only logical place is over here. And to their credit, the packaging on this motorcycle is brilliant. What has happened is that the seat, because of the shape of the CNG tank, it's become wider. But when you're sitting on the bike, it just gives you a sense of this. I would have liked the handlebars to be a little higher, so it would have been easier on the shoulders. But overall, nice posture, not as nice as the Splendor, but this gives you the sense that you're riding a big motorcycle.
Exactly, commuter buyers buy a motorcycle for a big bike feel, like it's the CB1000 or something. Anyways, moving on, what's your take on the pillion seat?
There nothing beats the Freedom because the length of the seat, even though the accessible part is just this much, the length is incredible, right? So when you are sitting behind on each of the bikes, there was ample of, say, real estate on the Freedom, whereas there I could feel the grab handle hitting my bottom. So it was there. So comfort wise, even the posture, this was much better.
So for pillion comfort, the Freedom has the edge. For the rider comfort, the Splendor
I said
has
the seating comfort, not overall comfort.
Yeah, exactly. But moving on to the ride quality, again, I think the Splendor still has the edge. Conventional in its approach, telescopic fork, twin shock absorber, does the job very well. Okay, not the most plush ride quality out there, but then again, the Freedom, the rear feels a bit stiff.
Yeah, so again, because of the packaging constraints that they had, credit to them, they've got a sort of a link time monoshock system, which you only find on sport bikes, CB1000 like you mentioned. So something like that. But ultimately, because of the excess weight, they had to damp it a bit on the firmer side. So that's why you feel it to be a tossy. With a pillion, it feels slightly better. But solo, it just feels a little extra tossy.
But overall, when it comes to comfort, Splendor is the king. So now let's move to real world performance. So in terms of the city speeds, both the motorcycles are pretty good. Very easy to ride, third gear, chugging, no issue on that, light clutch.
30, 40 kmph, chill.
Exactly. In the city, both the motorcycles are proper commuters, but things change when you hit the highway.
Extra displacement helps, right? 125cc, 99 or 100-ish cc. So that extra cubes help. Even though the performance is not that great, on the highway you can sit at around 75, 80. This can go a little bit faster to 85 or reaches 90.
Also, it has one extra gear, so that also helps in the highway because it does sustain speeds around 80 to 90 rather easily. The Splendor also manages those speeds, but once you cross 60, 65, you can feel that engine getting strained. But then again, for a 97.2cc sloper engine, which is almost 70 years old, the performance isn't bad. But then again, it is
You're
a
talking
modern
about
engine.
slopers. This is a modern sloper, right? Talk about refinement, just how nice Bajaj has made it. I mean, at city speeds, both are neck and neck. That feels a little extra because of its Japanese origins. But credit to Bajaj, they made some really big leaps over here. And even at, say, higher speeds, it feels pretty refined, pretty cool, calm, collected.
Yeah, and also Bajaj has kept the sloper going because Honda, the founders of the Sloper, they have moved on to a vertical engine in the Shine 100 and the Dream series. So good to see a Sloper still alive in this segment. The next aspect is the agility. Again, in the city, both the motorcycles feel very easy to ride, very lightweight. That has a longer wheelbase but smaller wheels, which helps its case.
Yeah, 17, 16 versus 18 at both ends. But the contact patch, especially at the rear, is slightly wider. So you get that extra sense of stability when you are moving through traffic. Whereas this, because of its compact nature, feels a little, say, nervy in the two.
But like that's when we ride like a hooligan, but
Yeah.
when a commuter buyer rides. For them, it's easy and very nice to use in the city. So in terms of agility, I think both the motorcycles are neck to neck.
Yeah.
But payload capacity, over there, the Freedom struggles because the Splendor just keeps on going on the slopes, like on the incline going over a flyover. The Freedom struggles, right?
Yeah, because the limp home actually then makes you limp when you're in CNG mode. So you have to go to the limp home and put it into the petrol mode. So then you can go up the flyover and shut the
You've
flyover.
been adamant that this is a CNG motorcycle. So in the CNG mode, this motorcycle struggles.
Yes.
Again, the Splendor rocks. So Jayan, let's move on to the verdict.
रुको जरा सबर करो.
अबे साले तभी मेरा माफ करना गुस्से में इधर उधर निकल जाता हूँ.
You said this set the template, but actually it was the Hero Honda CD100 which actually set it.
Yeah.
Okay. And this has sort of improved over time like a fine wine. But
Yeah.
look at this. Does it look like a commuter motorcycle?
That is,
not at all. And Bajaj, to their credit, has made commuters appealing and, shall I say, really wow.
Just looking like a wow.
Exactly.
The quality levels on this product are really top notch, right?
Exactly. Like Bajaj has made the Freedom 125 look like a proper good looking motorcycle. It has character. Even though our media unit is in a dull shade, the older bike that we test rode was in a brighter shade. The Freedom 125 looks proper. The rear subframe. There's so much thing going on this motorcycle that it just makes it pop out of the blue.
So Triumph has helped them.
Yeah, boy.
In some way. I'm not saying they worked on this, but Triumph has helped them.
How?
Like quality first improvement started the speed.
Quality levels, yes.
Then it went to the KTM, then it went to their own pulsars, and now you can see it on the Freedom as well.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the features aspect, and both of them are sort of similar in the top spec versions. That gets an LCD fully digital dash. This also gets an LCD fully digital dash. Both get Bluetooth connectivity, which does no smart business at all, and both get a USB charger and LED headlight.
Ruko
Yeah.
zara, this has a i3s, a start-stop system.
So
That's
कम
a
ही
feature.
देती है.
Huh?
कम ही देती है तो भी.
But then again, it's helping save the environment na, by burning less fuel. So yeah, it is there.
अरे कहना क्या चाहते हो?
How? What logic?
Come on, it cuts off the engine at the signal which a normal
Let's go
commuter
to the
would do.
verdict. Let's go to the verdict. Let's go to the verdict.
Okay, Jan, time for verdict. But before that, let's talk about pricing and variants.
Yeah.
The Splendor again is available in multiple variants, but the variant that
Yeah.
we will suggest is the top end X-Tech version with the disc brake.
Yeah. Actually, this is the top spec X-Tech 2.0. Just one below that is X-Tech
With the disc brake.
With the disc. And that is one that costs around 83,000 rupees.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the top spec version, and we'll suggest to get this because this also has a disc brake at the front. 1,15,000 rupees.
But there are three variants of the
Freedom.
125 which was announced at the launch, but still only the top spec variant is available. So if you want to buy a Freedom, you have to shell out the extra money, and that is the variant that we would suggest.
Yeah, it's wiser because it's safer.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
in terms of pricing difference among these two, top spec to top spec is around 33 to 35,000 rupees,
Yeah.
which is a lot of money.
Yeah.
And yeah, so in that sense, when it comes to running cost, 33,000 means for the initial 20,000 to 22,000 kilometers, the Splendor will have zero running cost compared to the Freedom 125. So
and
your
after,
big thing of saying
Okay,
this is half the running cost doesn't hold.
Wait. When a commuter buyer goes to buy a commuter motorcycle, he doesn't look at to keep the bike for just 2 or 3 years. It's for a 5+ year commitment. It's a proper commitment. It's like almost a marriage, but whatever. So you buy the bike and then, in the long run the Freedom will be more economical.
Yeah, but the first 22,000 kilometers, this thing is running free.
Yeah,
this
but
is the freedom.
आज़ादी को time लगता है, आज़ादी आने को time लगता है.
But again, so that is one aspect out of the way. So let's come back to the ethos of a commuter, which is running cost, comfort, and ease of living. I think in that sense, the CNG version will have the lower running cost when we compare fuel to fuel.
Yeah.
But then again, as a commuter, comfort matters. The
Correct.
Splendor has that comfort aspect going for itself. Again, real world performance of both these motorcycles is almost on par.
Yeah.
So overall, when you think of it, I still think the Splendor has the edge because yes, it is the template of a commuter. It still sticks, offers you great amount of value.
Yeah.
The Freedom makes sense for someone who has a CNG pump nearby because the running cost will be less. Again, if you are willing to spend that extra money, and also CNG pump is available.
And you need to also keep in mind that every 2 years, recertification of the tank is necessary. Even though that might be a very nominal cost,
Yeah.
it is a cost that you will have to factor in. But considering that you might also need to service it, both of them are sort of neck and neck in terms of pricing, right?
When you talk about service, again, Hero is known for their low service cost, the reliability of this engine. In fact, the reliability of this platform, this is tried, tested and proven. While this still remains to be seen.
Yeah.
Again, we trust Bajaj with the quality of this motorcycle because of their history in the past 5 years, 10 years. But then again, the Splendor has proved it in the past. Availability of the motorcycle, this is available everywhere across the country.
This is coming. बोला आज़ादी आ रही है.
तो रुको जरा सबर करो
आ रही है, आ रही है, आ रही है.
So, in the end of the day, I think as a modern commuter, the Freedom 125 makes sense.
Yeah.
But as an ultimate commuter, it's still the Hero Splendor. Hero तो hero है boss.
आज़ादी आई कि नहीं आई आप बताइए comments पे. Which one do you prefer? Do you agree with our verdict or not? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and share this video. Did you like this English sort of comparison? Should we do that more also? Drop that as well. What else do they need to do? Arun?
Do let us know about your tales with the Splendor because I'm pretty sure a lot of you would have started their motorcycling journey with a Splendor. So do let us know in the comments about that. Always wear your riding gear. Always be safe and thank you for watching.